is a show that focuses on the person behind the brony. I'm your host, Osaka Jack. Please sit back and relax as we talk to this week's guest brony. Hello everyone, this is Osaka Jack with Into the Spotlight on Everfree Network. Today with me I have someone that is almost directly east of me, probably a bit closer than most of you. But Sonya Lynn, hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Not too shabby, how are you?
Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm a month before con, so...
Ah, yes, this will be the last free hour you have. I do hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I already had to clone myself to get this.
Yes, this is true. This is true. Easy, just pull down your eyelid to see if you're number 2 or 3.
But yeah, Babscon, we should probably mention what the heck Babscon is in case anyone in the entire
This is
Western world
probably a
wasn't
good
aware.
idea. Yes. Okay, so for anyone who's not aware, what is your involvement with Babscon?
I am the founder and chair of Babscon.
Okay. And we'll go even one step further. Sure, for anybody who doesn't know what Babscon is. What is Babscon?
Babscon is the Bay Area Brony Spectacular, or Babscon for short. It's the first My Little Pony convention in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it will be happening April 18th through 20th. Go have a look at babscon.com.
Yep.
And check out our insane guest list. It is quite insane. People have since we've been getting all these guests, people have been like, "Oh no, it's going to be another implosion." No. We're paying them. It's cool.
This is a good thing. I know that I've heard similar rumors myself. Is this another LePoo? Like, I don't think so. The people are talking to other people, and they just tell me you haven't tried to use a photocopier to print out your own Babscon money.
Oh man, we're gonna have to hide that.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Of course we haven't.
Thank you. Very good. Okay. At least mint your own coins. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we were just gonna use chocolate gelt actually.
Just use rice-a-roni.
Actually, we should use rice-a-roni. Come to think of it,
rice-a-pony,
perhaps the San Francisco treat.
I was going to lead into it slowly, but I understand your mascot being called Golden Gates. That makes sense. Golden Gate Bridge. But at the same time, part of me was disappointed it wasn't a rice-a-pony.
That was an idea that got tossed around for a design that didn't end up happening. So we might save that one for next year because we are anticipating having a next year.
Okay.
Unlike certain other cons that we don't mention.
Yes.
Actually, in our staff chat, we've taken to calling it the Scottish Con. I don't know if you're familiar with Macbeth, that in the theater you don't say Macbeth ever.
I understand. Okay.
You call it the Scottish play. So
right.
For us, that's the Scottish Con. We don't talk about it.
Okay. I just say LePoo because it sounds more accurate to me and is a nice throwback to Friends. I'm going to see if anybody recognizes that reference.
Well, if they do, they can raise their hand.
1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4. Only 4 of the several dozen listeners. Okay, wonderful. You know what? I'm not even going to explain that reference. You get it or you don't. I'm done. Okay.
So what do you want to know about me? I'm so interesting.
Well, okay, so we have Golden Gates.
Yeah.
I did the joke of rice-a-pony, but moving on with that. No cable car?
Actually, look for a release from We Love Fine coming up.
Oh, okay.
That'll certainly be at the con. Hopefully, they'll put it on their website too. I don't know if that'll happen, but yes, there will be a cable car design, and actually, cable cars feature into some of the stuff that you'll be seeing in the con store and some of our other merchandise that'll actually appear at con.
Okay. And I know that just recently, Babscon has released a song.
Yes, we did. Actually, I was very proud of that.
I think most people knew it was coming, or if it wasn't coming, that people were going to sing it in the entry line.
Yeah.
Perhaps not a fully fleshed out version. They probably weren't expecting that, but they knew that a Babs Seed parody was coming.
Oh, it had to happen. Actually, the first time it was ever sung was, I guess, around November or December. Somebody had a copy of My Little Karaoke, and I had written the lyrics at that point. Mm-hmm. So I just whipped out my cell phone my smartphone and just sang those lyrics instead of the lyrics from the real song, and
Right.
everyone had a great old time. This was a going away party for a friend.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, but no, we always planned to do the song, and that the fact that we got Tarby and Don DeVore to work on it for us and do the cover was just,
That's great.
it was so awesome. And our very own Pinky Clark, Emily Clark, she goes by Pinky because she kind of is a real life Pinkie Pie, sort of, kind of.
Okay.
And she's in charge of our concert offerings.
Gotcha.
We did just make a big announcement about that too, because we have a crazy lineup of Brony musicians. We're calling it because of the local hard rock concerts that are called the Mayhem Festival. We're calling it
Mayhem. Okay.
in our clever way. We're calling it Nayhem.
Mayhem.
I see what we did there.
I'm not at the level yet. I'm not at this level yet, but I can foresee a time where a meme will be made that just has a frustrated character that says, "Not everything needs to be ponified." I'm not there yet, so I still like Nada.
It'll happen sooner or later. I mean,
Eventually,
the
yes.
horse puns do run thick.
Yeah.
But
Well, really, with the song, there's only two choices. I mean, we could have done Babseed, or you could have done If You're Going to Babscon, Frisco.
yeah, and I can tell you which one's going to stick in the head much more readily.
Yes, very true.
Babseed is an earworm of epic proportions, so we had to use that.
Though, to be honest, that other song was, in its time, a regular earworm. Just
yes,
not anymore.
Just like the flower in your hair.
Exactly, yes. Now, that's something I want to see. I want to see Golden Gate have a flower in her hair the next time I see her. Just for this single reference that nobody else... If they get the reference, awesome, and they'll laugh. If not, whatever. Okay.
Actually, that's art I'd like to see. I'd like to see Golden Gates with a flower, tucked behind her ear in her mane, and like on the corner of Haight and Ashbury, wearing flank huggers and like hippie beads and things like that. I think hippie Golden Gates would be pretty damn funny. But we haven't seen that one yet. So make it happen, Internet.
Interesting. Well, real fast, something related to me. I'm not. I admit I have no problem with it, but I'm not really big into the shipping aspect of the fandom. If somebody wishes to do that, you know what? Absolutely go for it. I'd appreciate you keep the naughtier pictures off my timeline, but whatever. Anyway, but a new version of it has come up that has mascot shipping.
Yeah, Golden Gates has been getting around.
Hey, what? She's not faithful? What?
Oh no, she's just, what's the word I want to? She's very giving.
Okay, all right. But yeah,
Generous,
related to it, there have been
a level
pics,
that even Rarity can't match.
There have been pics with Japan PonyCon's mascot Ponyco matched up with Golden Gates.
Oh, and they're adorable.
Yeah.
Who else have we been shipped with? Golden Gates has been shipped with. She's been. I can't remember the name of the mascot now. It's driving me crazy. The mascot from Brony Can.
Okay. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Maple syrup, Timmy's.
Oh,
I don't know.
No. It has a.
I know. I'm doing a terrible joke.
Oh. Let's see. She's been shipped with TrotCon's mascot, BronyCan's mascot. I've been trying to get her shipped with Buck's mascot, but no luck there yet with Britannia.
That's a tough one. Yeah.
Well, she's a bit stiff upper lip,
Indeed. And frankly, it's a difference of coffee versus tea. So.
But yeah, it just seems to be like the new thing. Let's ship con mascots.
I don't see a problem with that. I honestly don't.
Well, neither do I. As long as and so far the pictures have, the art that's been generated from this has all been, that all the ones I've seen anyway,
yes,
have all been in the daw category and not the do category.
Yes, very true. Which is always a good thing. Let's hope that's where it stays.
I'm also hoping that. I mean,
whatever
folks want to do to get their rocks off, hey. But
I would like to mention real fast, though, because I had seen it posted, the colors of Golden Gates are not random.
No, not at all. Actually, I actually designed her originally. I'm not going to claim any credit for the fact that she turned out so wonderfully when handed to real artists.
Right, right.
But everything about her was designed to be referential to California and to the Bay Area in particular.
Mm-hmm.
So her cutie mark, the nugget with the pickaxe and the shovel, that obviously references the gold rush.
Right.
Her golden color, again, golden state, and also, kind of playing with the idea of her having a tan or something.
Sure.
The fact that she's a Pegasus represents more of sort of the freewheeling nature of the place. And her mane and tail, those colors are the colors of a Bay Area sunset.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
And we just had one of those last night too. That you have just to get that kind of sunset,
Mm-hmm.
you need the right clouds so that they just get streaked with orange and magenta, and it's indescribably beautiful.
I've seen pictures of it. It looks good. To my city's credit, Osaka gets some amazing sunsets for being a massive city. But
Well, I've got to go there. I've wanted to go to Tokyo and Osaka for so much time, and Kyoto as well.
Yes. Kyoto's got the good ones. I would recommend Nara, just because you can go to the deer park. You can feed deer from your hand. They're tame-ish.
That sounds very cool. You see, I just need to go to Japan for a number of reasons. I need to shop in Akihabara.
Mm-hmm.
I need to visit every Iron Chef's restaurant if they're still alive at this point.
Okay. I haven't been keeping up. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
But you get the idea. I've never had
yes.
just take a sweep through Japan and want to so badly.
Curious that you didn't mention Fuji at all, but
well, I've seen enough pictures of Fuji-san that I'm also not a landscape person. I like cities and culture and people.
Gotcha. There is a saying among Japan that a wise man will climb Mount Fuji once, an idiot will climb it twice.
I like that. That's good.
Yep. I've climbed it once. It's something that, yay, wow, I climbed it. Okay, I'm done. Let's not do this again. It's very pretty, yes. But I've taken pictures and I remember it, and okay, let's go somewhere else. There's lots of other places to go. Yeah. Well, on Babscon has been trying to arrange some first-time things, shall we say.
Yes, absolutely.
Not just in its schedule, but, we should mention some of the rookies that are appearing.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Particularly, we have two of the hot new Season 4 writers. We have Natasha Levenger and we have Josh Haber.
Yes.
Levenger did several episodes that have made everyone happy. She did Pinky Apple Pie and... oh, goodness, which one did she do most recently? I should have this right in front of me, like a prepared person.
We are human and do not recall off the top of our head immediately.
Maybe we can cut that to make me sound smart.
Nope. No, maybe.
Oh, you're so mean.
The fact that I'm still struggling, not remembering the names, says a lot as well.
But she did Pinky Apple Pie, and she did It Ain't Easy Being Breezy's, which is
That's
fabulous.
Yes.
Whereas Josh Haber did Castlemania, which I think is a very strong start for him.
Yep.
He did Simple Ways, which I loved so much.
Oh, Apple Jewel forever.
Mm-hmm. And he has at least one more coming up.
So yes, as of recording this, those are all that have been released. Possibly within a few hours, we'll see the next one and get some other ideas. But yeah.
Well, actually, I think his next one is his next one will be coming out. It'll be coming out a week after this. So yeah, it'll be out. It'll be out before people hear this. So just so as y'all know, he also did Leap of Faith. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's good.
We can hope for this, and I think they'll have a lot of fun there.
Oh, I think so too.
I'm sure you guys will treat them well.
Their episodes have been great. I actually had the chance to interview the two of them together for the Michael Moronis live stream, which Babscon was very active in that. And They're both great. I mean, they just have such a sense of humor. Haber is clearly a mega geek.
Good. This is good. He shall be welcomed.
So to see those two sit down on a panel with Megan McCarthy, with Mitch Larson, and with Amy Keating Rogers is going to be an experience.
Yes, yes. And do please, as a request from me, please tease Mitch as much as possible about his new upcoming book.
Oh, absolutely. Well, as we all know, Larson gives you wings.
That's right, yes. Well, one of the other ideas that is being done at Babscon, I know the voice of Equestria. Or is it the voice of, or just the voice?
The
Equestria?
voice,
The
colon,
voice
Equestria.
Okay. Can you describe what was the origin of this?
Well, we're trying to be as accommodating to our talent as possible.
Sure.
Because, it's all too easy for a convention to, to trot them out, put them in front of a long table and, or behind a long table in front of a couple thousand screaming bronies and make them say cute things, and then have them sign autographs for hours on end. And we wanted to get to engage them more and say, what do you want to do?
Right.
If, what thing have you always wanted to do at a con that you thought would be funny or fun or just anyway?
Right.
So we get an answer from Tara Strong saying, I would love to do a fan voice actor contest. Initially, she was calling it Tryout for Tara, and we just ran with it. We went crazy, and so we've added 2 more judges. So it's now the judge panel is Tara Strong, Nicole Oliver, and Brian Drummond.
Okay.
And our onstage host will be the inimitable Peter New. And we've been getting some really good entries. The way that's going to work is our staff is going to take the entries that are tweeted to us, narrow them down to 5 finalists, which is not going to be easy, actually.
Granted, yeah.
And those 5 get to get on stage and be put through the kind of ringer that a professional VA gets put through when they go to an audition. They are going to be they are going to be put through their paces, live on stage in person. Got to execute. Give me this accent. Give me be a 9-year-old boy. Be a 12-year-old girl from Lithuania. And the winner gets a fabulous prize that I am not actually at liberty to discuss.
Okay, we'll just say fabulous and then be done with it.
Fabulous prize.
Okay, a fabulous prize. Great.
Yep. Some others, actually, Kathy Wesluck actually is doing her own panel on what's your pony personality. It's kind of MLP meets psychology because she has educational background in psychology.
Right.
And she wants to use that. She also, unfortunately, we couldn't accommodate this, but she wanted to do a ping pong tournament for charity. Actually, no, I shouldn't say tournament, but the idea was that you would get to play her for X number of dollars for charity.
Right.
We had too many things on the schedule at that point. So besides, we have to keep something for next year, right?
Well, this is true. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just wanting to know where's my tetherball game.
Maybe by the pool. I don't know.
I'm the only person I know who still likes tetherball.
Well, you'll have to come out States next year and see about finding you an actual tetherball pole. And maybe we can do that. But speaking of firsts, I think we're the only con that's been able to provide hoof wrestling entertainment.
Oh, that's right. There's a big showdown coming up, isn't there?
That's right. Local boy, local favorite, Dusty Cat, the manliest brony in the world, is going to be taking on the real-life snowflake Private Stampede.
Oh, yes. That'll be an interesting one.
They're calling that Who's the Brawniest Brony.
I like it because it's not as bona fide as we could have said Hooves is the broniest brony, but I'm glad we didn't.
It could have been worse, but they are still calling it hoof wrestling as opposed to arm wrestling.
That's okay. Though it would be interesting if they're not allowed to use any fingers.
That would be interesting. I've never seen anything like that.
Nor have I.
We should suggest it. But that one's going to be for charity, and Tentatively speaking, I think that might be one of the ones we're streaming, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. So we may or may not be able to see it live. Interesting. Nice.
Well, I think the idea would definitely be to get it out there live and slap a
Sure.
great big donate button on it because it is
Right.
for charity.
Yeah. Or
And
do
all
a
y'all-
best 3 out of 5 and just people bet after each match. Odds go up and down upon who is winning.
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna be crazy. There's already a little mini meme out on Twitter where somebody took a San Francisco skyline and then put both Dusty and Private Stampede sort of kaiju style, looking like they're going to destroy each other and the city, and it's it's really funny.
That's cute.
I'm excited. I'm
That's
just
cute.
very excited.
Well, it sounds like it'll be a good time.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fantastic.
I'm sure it's going to be crazy. Yeah, but
and
what is the venue? Is it a hotel?
Yeah, that is one of the weirder things is that it is a hotel, but a really big one.
Okay.
We got the SFO Hyatt Regency, so it's not far from the airport.
I would hope not. If something has the word airport in its title, it needs to be close to the airport. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And I'll tell you a little secret. When I first conceived of the con and I first started asking around and gathering people together to try to make it happen because it seemed like a viable thing to do, we were thinking maybe we might pull in 750 attendees if we're lucky. First year con, no one's ever heard of us.
Yeah.
And we picked the venue because similarly sized cons had been there, but we thought, hey, if we're here for a while, there's plenty of room for us to expand.
That's good.
The venue could, if you really stretched it, if you really strained it, it could put on a con for 2,500, maybe 3,000 people. Over time, we kept having to go back to them and say, we need more space. More space. Can we boot those people to another area and get their space? So yeah, we've far outstripped that initial estimate just in pre-registration alone.
That's good.
I don't want to give specific numbers because one has to have one's secrets. You don't ask a lady, how many attendees she has. Yeah, but it's surprised everyone just how well we've been doing even just in the pre-reg alone, and
right.
So yeah, it's the venue is gorgeous. It looks like somebody took a modern hotel and used it with a medieval castle. It has this large enclosed atrium that's gorgeous, and the main events hall holds a couple thousand people.
Oh wow! Okay.
Well, they actually subdivide it, so if you had the whole thing, it could hold like 2,500 or 3,000 at one time, just the main hall.
Right.
So it's a great venue. It's actually the hotel itself is quite nice. It's it is a Hyatt, so it's not going to be shabby.
We would hope not. No, Hyatt has a reputation to uphold.
There are some great food options nearby. One that I'm particularly fond of, and I hope a lot of the bronies go to it, is there is a Max's. Max's tends to have different names, like Max's Opera Cafe, Max's this, Max's that. But there's a Max's right just across the street and a little way over, and they have the most eclectic menu that starts out with like New York City style deli and then goes crazy from there. So they have everything. They have everything from like Carolina barbecue to Philly cheesesteaks to one of my favorites. This is a tip. If you're coming to Babscon, this is a tip. Go to Max's, order the mojito steak. They actually take flank steak, and they marinate it in mojitos.
Interesting.
It is so good.
I would imagine so. I didn't have it until rather recently, but one of my favorite sandwiches now, it takes a piece of pork that has been marinated in orange juice overnight.
Well, actually, that's not dissimilar to the way that some carnitas are prepared.
Yeah. So, sounds good.
And of course, I don't know if any of y'all out there are aware of the California institution that is In-N-Out Burger. There's one not far from the venue.
I I have to admit, the one time I've been to In-N-Out Burger, it was decent, and that's all. I don't know if it was just the location, or if it was the particular
Maybe.
place, or if it was the fact that cheeseburgers and fries weren't particularly great that day. I don't know. It was decent, but at the same time, we had driven an hour out of the way to go to it, and I was, yeah.
Your expectations must have been hugely raised.
I was trying to keep them low, but I believe that they were. And I think In-N-Out is from what I can get, In-N-Out seems to be a wonderful place that if it's moderately accessible, it's wonderful. But ours just wasn't, and I
I'd
was
say it's definitely it's my favorite burger you can get through a drive-through. Let's put
okay.
it that way.
All right, I can see that. We had
And do yourself a favor if you go to an In-N-Out,
mhm,
order your burger animal style.
animal style. Okay,
Animal style. It's not on the menu. There's a whole off-menu code of things you can ask for, and I'm sure you can Google it and you can find all kinds of it, all their different codes. But
sure.
animal style burger and fries, delicious, love it, have it.
Okay,
Just don't expect to be able to eat it without a lot of napkins handy.
I can understand this. They have not nearly the quality, but there's a Loteria burger, which actually started in Korea and then came over to Japan. Next Sunday, they have the Tower Burger on sale, which is buns and 10 patties with cheese for $7.
Oh my.
Only one day, and most people never order it. I had it once last year, and I was fine for lunch and had no dinner that night and very light breakfast the next day. It's filling.
Well, now In-N-Out is actually perfectly willing to stack your burgers as high as you want them. I think the
Okay.
biggest one they've ever done, and they call their usual two patty, two cheese, a double double.
Okay.
They've had a hundred.
Interesting. Hmm.
That has actually happened. I can't even imagine how edible it was.
Yeah, I'm thinking at some point it would be like meh. I, I remember there was a recent Japan Burger King. Some guy went there and ordered $300 worth of bacon on his Whopper.
Whoa.
I, speaking as somebody who loves bacon, Japanese bacon is not the best.
Oh,
It's made very differently and it's not crispy.
oh, that makes me sad.
I know, it's so sad
That hurts
because
the American soul.
it does. There's a lot of food that I can't get over here and I'm fine with. I understand I can't get that turkey. It's hard to get turkey here because there are no turkeys. That makes sense. Okay.
Sure.
But if I go somewhere and I order bacon and I get this floppy ham, I'm like floppy ham cut in strips. Like this is not the same.
No, it's not.
And it won't matter how many times I order bacon, it'll always be that style. I miss my crispy bacon.
So there's no way to get American style bacon out there.
The closest I can get is if somebody sends me Bacos. Like that
Oh,
salad stuff.
that's no, that's not right.
I know. It
So
is
there's
as it is.
and obviously they're not going to let you actually ship pork products into the country, I'm sure,
Not
especially
easily,
not from
no.
the States.
No. Though, quid pro quo, Kobe beef is not available outside of Japan.
Well, that's because none of it gets outside of Japan.
Exactly. If you eat Kobe beef and you are not inside Japan, you are not eating beef from Kobe.
Oh, I'm well aware of this.
Hmm.
I mean, you can eat Wagyu beef with, because
Yes.
it is that same breed, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
not from Kobe.
it's possible
None
to
of
eat the
none of it.
same breed, and it's possible to eat cows that have been, quote, raised in the same style as Kobe beef, but it's not Kobe beef.
Well, now correct me if I'm wrong, but Japan also doesn't export any of the correct rice for sushi. They eat their whole crop of it.
That's
That's my
debatable.
at least that's what I heard on Good Eats with Alton Brown. So if
That
if, Al,
makes
if Alton lied
sense.
to me, it's his
Yeah,
fault.
no, I don't think it was lied to. I just think that that one's a bit more obscure because there is really no difference between a rice grain. as far as I know, I may be totally wrong, and I apologize if I am, but as far as I know, the rice grains come from the same plant. The ones that are grown in Japan are eaten only in Japan, but some of that plant makes it to other countries where they're more mass-produced. I don't know the exact extent of it, but I would wager that it's about the same rice.
Here we are, folks. Osaka Jack's show. We are talking about rice agriculture.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love it.
Rice is the only reason that I am hopeful for an incredibly hot summer.
Explain.
Rice grows best in extreme heat and humidity. And if there's not extreme heat and humidity, the crops suffer. If it's too cool of a summer or too dry of a summer, then the rice for the following year will be terrible. Which is why this year is looking really good, because last year almost killed me with sweat.
I was about to say, I don't do that well in the heat and humidity. I actually spent a little time of my life in Jacksonville, Florida,
Yes.
for reasons. And they have something over there that they refer to in the lovely local dialect as the 100 day.
100 degrees, 100% humidity.
Yeah.
We get... last year we had an entire month of over 100 degrees, over 85 to 90% humidity.
Kill me now.
It was brutal.
You just don't leave air
I am
conditioned spaces at that point.
I am very thankful to my boss, who is lenient enough. When we're at school, we have to wear casual business. But we are allowed to arrive at school wearing whatever we would like. So I would pack my business clothes in my bag, wear jeans and a t-shirt to get there, change out of the sweaty jeans and t-shirt once I arrived.
Well, and then you're fresh as a daisy.
Well, I mean, not perfectly, because I don't have a chance to shower there, but yeah,
the
clothes are fresh, and I've toweled off, so I'm fresh-ish. But yeah, but downside, when I would get home, I would have double the laundry to do. But it's worth it to not be wearing a sweaty shirt as you're starting to teach 2-year-olds.
Oh, no. I don't even want to think about that.
Oh, yes.
So really, are you teaching them English? Is that what you're teaching them?
I am, yes. Mm-hmm.
And so English education in Japan starts that young?
Officially, no. The first experience that they usually get with it is in elementary school. The first foreigner experience is usually in junior high school. But it's reached a level where every child has extracurricular English studies. So if you don't put your kid into an English school, they'll be behind. Good for business, bad for the actual situation. But so yeah, our youngest is a group of 2-year-olds, and my oldest is a 63-year-old woman.
Well, now that's got to be interesting.
Not the same class. I will emphasize that.
I should sincerely hope not. Oh my.
No, all ages. Yeah.
So when you're dealing with the 2-year-olds, I mean, how do they react to, great big gaijin?
Some of them cry and scream in fear.
Are you kidding me? Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's one girl, little. Oh, she's gonna kill me if I can't remember her name exactly. What's your name? Okay, she'll kill me. But now we have fun in class. She comes in and she says hello. I say good morning. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. What's your name? How old are you? And we do a dance and we sing bingo and we walk around and do colors and we have a lot of fun. But for a good month and a half, she was unable. It was in stages. First, she was unable to come into the school because she was crying and screaming. Then she was unable to come upstairs, and then unable to come close to the classroom, and then unable to sit next to the open classroom door where I was. And it took about a month and a half for her to come into the classroom. Once she did, it was like, oh, this is fun. Okay, let's do it. No problem. But up until then, it was just, this is a thing to be feared. I'm going to scream and cry and run her everywhere. Happens a lot, yep. I suppose I don't help that by picking them up and saying, how are you, little girl? No, that's sarcasm. I don't do that. Tempting, but no, I don't do that. So I am curious, how did you get started in deciding that Babscon needed to be made?
Well, okay. It's like this. I'd been hearing about and had attended some amazing pony cons, and they were all around the country. They were in New York, they were in Baltimore, they were in Seattle and LA and Salt Lake City and Omaha, Dallas. Wait, wait, wait. All these places have pony cons. San Francisco and the Bay Area does not have a pony con. My sense of injustice was tripped. That, and I was also I was actually I was also laid up because I had just had dual ACL replacement surgeries.
Ouch.
I skate roller derby, and I had found out that I actually had a pre-existing injury, which is certainly explaining why I was having trouble with some of the maneuvers I was having trouble with.
Sure, makes sense.
And to paraphrase the old saying, idle derby girl feet are the devil's plaything. So,
man, if I had a nickel.
I've heard that so many times.
But, I would have a nickel, but anyway.
So I just started getting this idea in my head. I don't normally tend toward the bigger cons just because I don't like being a face in a crowd of 100,000 at like Comic-Con or something. But at some of the smaller cons I go to around here, like Baycon, or occasionally, there's also Fanime, which happens at the same time. And Fanime isn't that small, but Baycon is tiny. It's about 1,500 people. And like I was the first person to cosplay My Little Pony there, and I noticed that there was and Bronies of Northern California is one of the largest My Little Pony meetup groups on meetup.com.
Right.
They're about to crest 1,000 people. So
wow.
There was obviously a desire. There was obviously a fan base here. The folks here were always having to travel to get to these other cons, which are great cons. Nothing against any of these other cons, but
sure.
Like the song says, why should we have to roam? Why don't we make our own?
Yeah.
So we did, and I started talking to other folks that I knew that had been involved in running cons for a long time, folks that had been chairs, folks that had headed departments, et cetera. And I also started reaching out to other members of the PonyCon community. And of course, this is like right after the debacle of LPU.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So, some of the first responses I was getting from folks within the fandom was, this fandom needs another convention, like it needs a hole in the head. I won't say who said that, but he knows who he is.
No, I heard it from multiple sources, so.
And I could understand that response, but at the same time, this is an untapped market. It has this giant meetup group, and that's obviously not the whole of the My Little Pony fandom around here.
Right.
It has a long and storied culture of conventions. WonderCon was born here, although it did eventually move to bloody Anaheim. And decided to announce itself against MyCon in November. It announced itself. So I'm not bitter or anything, but
we'll call you bittersweet.
I'll take that, sure. But like I said, we've had conventions here for decades and decades, and it seemed like the right time, the right place. If anything, perhaps it was overdue. So I gathered enough of the local bronies that figured that that really wanted it like I did, and I started talking to, like I said, to other con chairs, both in the pony community and the local con community. And once I had enough folks with the right mix of skills that believed in it, I turned around and I went to a group called Anthropomorphic Arts and Education. They're the parent corporation that owns, technically a nonprofit, I should say, that owns Further Confusion, which is one of the largest furry conventions going. It's about 3,500 people this past year, and pitched it to them and said, "Can you help us out? We are well intentioned. There's a lot of good skills here, but we are not going to be able to do this on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a great brain trust to pick, but we need some boots on the ground, some local support, and they really came out and helped us a lot.
Nice.
They lent us a lot of equipment that we would have otherwise had to buy.
Mm-hmm.
They hooked us up with great staffers.
Oh, good.
Our head of ops, for example, had headed ops at Further Confusion for several years.
Nice.
As have several other people in that area in the convention, or a lot of them are FurCon veterans.
Mm-hmm.
My head of business is a FurCon veteran. So needless to say, the bronies and the furries here getting on just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's wrong with all the rest of y'all.
So, I mean, in other words, it's not something that was just, we should do it, and now we're
No.
doing it.
No. I mean, it took from conception to actually really deciding to commit to doing it took about 3 months.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay.
And just, do I have the ability? Because personally, I had never been involved at this high a level with
Right.
conventions at all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the first thing you do when when you're compensating for your own inexperience is you hire a team of ringers.
Yes.
So, like I said, head of ops from Further Confusion, former head of programming from BronyCon.
Right.
I have two Pony Con chairs just in my VIPR relations department alone.
Right.
So yeah, so so I got myself a team of all-stars and made sure that we didn't announce until we had a venue contract signed, a
Good
first
idea.
guest of honor signed.
Good idea. Yes.
And so big shout out, big ups to Andrea Libman, who believed in us very early.
That's good.
Yeah, well, I think she just wanted to be able to get paid to come down to San Francisco because she loves it here, and I'm not going to complain. So I get Andrea Libman to come to my town.
Indeed, yes.
Everybody wins.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
She
works
gets
out
San
just
Francisco.
fine.
San Francisco gets her. Yes. And I think that and thus the deluge started because we announced with that stuff and because we had some ties to other organizations, because we weren't just a bunch of ragtag idiots who had no idea what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
It started to come together.
Yeah.
And now it's become a massive locomotive of hype.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
A friendship expressive hype. How about that?
We'll take it. Yes. That's good.
Yeah, and like I said, we're looking at several times the original estimate.
Good. Let's hope that there's enough room and bathroom and toilet paper for everybody.
There's definitely going to have to be some line management going on around the elevators. That's going to have to happen.
Oh my. Okay.
So we will keep order. We also have some extremely experienced security staff coming in.
Good. That's good.
They've been providing security and safety services for cons here since I don't know, the 80s, I think.
Oh wow. Nice.
So they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah, it's amazing to me how all of this, so many stars aligned to help this happen after that initial poor response.
Right.
There was also a little bit of uh-oh right around the time that Sweet Apple Acres became the con that never was.
Yeah. SWAC.
Mm-hmm. And
which is a good acronym or onomatopoeia if you want to describe the general consensus about it.
I feel bad for those guys. I mean, that's the thing. Almost nobody starts one of these in anything but good faith. They're trying to get folks together, put on a show, have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the reason you put on a convention, the reason you found a convention, is to throw the con you would want to go to.
Yep. Hopefully.
If that's not your reason, if you're thinking you're going to do this and get money out of it, you're an idiot.
Yes,
unless you're Comic-Con, you're not making money.
No, not at all.
I exaggerate slightly, but only slightly.
Oh no! Speaking to enough people, yeah, and it's not really just conventions. I mean, heck, it applies to show. If you're not making a show that you yourself would listen to, it's going to be bad. People aren't going to listen to it.
And that's why My Little Pony struck such a chord, because Lauren Faust and now subsequently the other writers make the show they would want to watch and they would want their kids to watch. So funny how that works. If
Indeed,
you're satisfying
it is.
yourself as an artist, if you're not satisfying yourself as an artist, you're not going to satisfy your audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, a question that I ask in each of my interviews, in all of My Little Pony, what would you say is the one line or one scene that defines you as a brony?
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank
I
you.
haven't. That actually requires a little bit of thought.
Hmm. Record is 2 minutes of silence so far. I cut it down to the actual show, but that was the record.
For me, actually, I think I can tell you what it is.
Okay.
For me, it's the scene in all the way back in season 1 in Ghostbusters
Hmm.
when Twilight has just saved the town from the Ursa Minor,
Okay.
and she's horrified now that she's been a show off, right?
Right.
And her friends say, "No, that's part of who you are. We love you for it. You aren't being a jerk."
Gotcha.
And that moment of acceptance for Twilight, because I've always identified deeply with Twilight. I cosplay as Twilight.
Hmm.
You know, I was definitely the bookish nerd girl. Like obviously, I think so many of us were when, nerd girl, nerd boy when we were younger.
Yeah, I
Um,
have to change the pronoun for me, but okay, yes.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but that moment of acceptance, that actually was that a similar experience that obviously didn't involve magical horns or Ursa Minors,
Hmm.
um, but just the gradual acceptance of me as I am, my flaws, my my strengths, my weaknesses, my quirks, my idiosyncrasies,
Hmm.
by a really strong group of friends
Mm.
did in fact change my life. And I think
Oh,
that was a
good.
pivotal moment for her, and it was a pivotal time in my life for me. So that's if I had to pick one scene,
Hmm.
there it is.
There we go. That's a good one. Yay. And then mustaches for everyone.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I should do. I should wander around Babscon handing lots of fake mustaches out.
That would be a pretty good thing. I honestly think that. Or a Twilight Sparkle should do that at some point. Just buy like dozens and dozens of mustaches. Just come out number 25.
I should hand Dusty a mustache just so he can have like a stash and a stash.
Yeah, there we go. Double stash.
Stash, it'll be stashception.
Ooh. And then he can put it away somewhere, so he'll have a stash of his stash. And hide it so his stash will be stashed.
Oh goodness. How far can we take this, folks? I don't know. Stay
Uh,
tuned. Let's
if
find
Rainbow
out.
Dash finds him, then it'll be a dash, stashed in the stash. And I'm going to stop there because it hurts now.
That's for the best, I think. I think that any more and you'd be running it into the ground there. But no, actually, I might do that. I am actually I know this is not something that con chairs normally do. I am actually planning to cosplay because it's my damn con. So I'm gonna cosplay at my damn con.
Yeah, very
One
true.
item I'm hoping to have finished because I think it's the right thing if you're going
You
to
know
be a
what?
con.
No, I'm going to take it back. I don't think you should pass out mustaches to everyone. I think you should have a large group of just print out dozens and dozens of them. Mustache stickers for the boys, wing stickers for the girls. And you can
Hmm,
call yourself a Twilight Larson.
Twilarson.
Yeah.
So, but what I was going to say is
I'm sorry.
I think the ideal cosplay accessory for the Conshare Twilight cosplayer,
Mm.
and I'm hoping to have this done in time, is the winter wrap-up vest, the Twilight
Ah,
Spark winter wrap-up
yes.
vest. I need it. I think it's just it'll summarize everything perfectly, and I must have it. I
Yeah,
must.
that'd be a good one. Yeah.
Although this is kind of cool. This is a cool little story. Speaking of giving people wings,
Oh, yes.
one of the people that spent $2,500 to buy our top tier swaggerific membership.
Wow.
I mean, this is the one that gets you a meal with one of the guests of honor. In this
Sure.
particular case, actually, I believe that was our Alicorn Princess tier, and they're gonna have their meal with Celestia herself, with
Oh,
Nicole.
okay.
I
Nice.
know, right? Pretty cool.
Very awesome.
He spends the money and then says, I'm not sure I'm actually going to be there. I want to give a lot of the swag and benefits and perks of my membership to a child,
Oh,
to
interesting.
someone who deserves it. And so we scouted around and
Mhm.
found the most adorable little Moppet ever, who is, she's from a geeky family, but they're not
Mhm.
that well off, and she loves Twilight Sparkle so much it's not even funny.
Right.
I actually had the
I
chance
would
to
hope
meet.
that Twilight's still a little funny, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And so we're trying to arrange for a little coronation ceremony for her, and perhaps
Nice. That would be cool.
perhaps a little giving of wings by someone who might give.
Oh, it's got to happen. He's got to do it. That's just,
Hopefully,
yeah.
hopefully, we're
Hopefully, right. It
I'm,
would be
I'm
awesome. Still awesome if somebody who thought they would get a basic membership gets something larger, but yeah, still
but yeah,
cool.
she is utterly unaware of the fate that is going to befall her, and I think
That's
we're going to
good.
make her young year
Yeah,
with this.
it reminds me of the coronation court at Everfree Northwest. The three kids that were chosen to do something similar. They weren't told about it ahead of time. It was really a cool thing to watch them get sashed.
Oh, that's got to be great. Actually,
Yeah.
one thing that we're going to have also from Nicole Oliver, because Nicole loves the kids so
Mm.
much, and I appreciate that about her. This is much like Tara came to us with the idea for the voice. She comes
Mhm.
to us with the idea of what she calls story time with Celestia. So we've kept that name.
Oh, good one.
And we actually have a track of nothing but children's programming. We have a children's area where we're going to be doing
Mhm.
crazy stuff like face painting and balloon animals and like just all sorts of things. And
Nice.
at one point, Nicole Oliver is going to come and read to them. And
Oh,
that is just for the kids and their parents. That's the regular attendees can't go to that.
good.
Most
That would
most
kind
of
of
our
ruin it.
staffers can't go to that. This is just for the kids.
Nice. That is good. Yeah, if there's any red flag about Lapu, it was the fact that there were no kids.
Well, it's in Vegas. Of course there were no kids.
I understand, but come on. This is My Little Pony, and if kids aren't involved in some aspect of it, that's a general idea that it really shouldn't be something that's involved with My Little Pony, in my mind.
Also, if your con is being run by someone. Okay. Ha! I don't know where that came from. Just a little something in my throat there.
Well, everybody, today we've been speaking with Sonya Lynn. Be sure to check out Babscon website.
Babscon.com, baby.
And be sure to check out Ponyco and Golden Gates, the true shipping, not Golden Gates' other flings on the side.
OTP. Golden Gates Ponyco. Total OTP right there.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you so much for coming by and speaking with us today.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Everyone, this has been Osaka Jack on Into the Spotlight on Everfree Network. We will catch you next time.